They didn't have enough damage, right?
What are the numbers on Lolita?
Lolita will probably show up here for Cadenza.
Yeah, right?
Has he played it?
Yeah, he has.
Yes?
He has a record of the Lolita.
There you go. You block the bullets from the Kimmy?
Yeah, you block the two main things that you just need to stop Onic players from dishing on. Lolita looks really good. That's a lot of control. Although I won't put it against him to pick up a Ruby. Ruby will be alright too.
Ruby, I want to see a Lolita here. Let's see. Okay, it's going to be a Ruby. I was going to say, Manjean's over on the Tagalog cast. He would have been doing the whole sidestep Numinum blast thing.
But now for us, we'll get our own scream for the Ruby.
That's a Ben Things exclusive for now.
Yeah.
Okay. So what? I'm relatively perplexed because let's say you do get an amazing I'm offended, you pull in two people. There's not much AoE on the side of Nxpe Evos.
Yeah, but I understand why they'd want to pick up the Ruby over the Lolita. In terms of constant teamfight presence, as the Lolita, the best things you can do is hold your shield, okay.
Confirm stun,
and then the charge up on the ultimate. In terms of presence, you actually get more of that from the Ruby because she's constantly in the fight.
And she's always up.
And she's always up, trying to maximize all the crowd control that she can dish with her ultimate and her second skill.
I see. So her kit is just, it's more active.
Yeah, it's more active, and they need a frontliner who can be more active while soaking up a lot of damage. The Lolita with her shield down forces your team to actually go back and retreat.
So it's more honest. Okay, so Nxpe Evos, they want to play with that kind of level of deception. They want to be able to trick Onic into thinking it's safe, and they want to be on the offensive. Here we go, game number 3. It all comes down to this. Nxpe Evos versus Onic Philippines. Purple start for both teams here.
Yeah, no jungle emblems either in this game, and you know, at this point, this is kind of rare. Mlbb not going to make it in time to disrupt that. But, you know, one thing, too, again, with the Ruby pick here, I feel like there's a lot more threat as well from the combination with the Flicker I'm Offended, which is, you know, something that you always have to watch out for when you're playing against a Ruby. So who knows? And we're talking about Nxpe Evos. They like to be a little bit flashy, right? So we'll see how they go. Mlbb already flickering out of there.
See how accurate and just very, very well placed that Abyssal Arrow from Yeli. He forced a short range flicker from Mlbb.
He's not letting him have it.
Yeah.
Man.
I'm worried right now for Marquis Kimmy because look at the lineup for Onic. It's not a joke.
Mlbb's in trouble here. First blood drawn by MP the King. No response from Kyrie or Hatred. You were saying you're worried.
Yeah, it's not exactly the completely ideal lineup for a Kimmy to shine in, especially the lineup that he's playing with and the lineup that he's playing against. There could be a lot of pressure here early on, as we're seeing, but so far he's doing okay. But this lineup of Onic, they really have to land those abilities from the Esme, from the Lancelot, and from the Kagura. Because if they don't...
Oh! Cadenza gets caught, and he is going to survive.
Yeah, he'll be free. Because if they don't land that, Marky won't be... The Kimmy won't be maximized.
There's no one there to peel.
Yeah, there's no one there to peel. Very ulti dependent for Onic.
Yeah, true. And you know, once those ultimates are expended, then you kind of lose a lot of that firepower which they have, right? And also, same thing. One of the things about always a Franco pick is you have the hook, you have the bloody hunt, right? And usually in the cases of the hook not landing, you're kind of left with a situation like, do we engage with a flicker ult from the Franco, or you know, what exactly we do?
Yeah.
And I feel like, again, that's something, if teams play around not getting hooked, I know it's easier said than done, but not getting hooked, then you kind of, that part of your game plan, your winning condition kind of falls apart here. But then again, we're talking about how many times have we seen Franco making those, you know, game-winning hooks, even the flicker hook combos that we see being pulled off here. There's a lot of options for them as well.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for, well, now that we're on the topic of Franco, I'm waiting for a sidestep hook.
Sidestep. Loki actually did that. Up against Blacklist. He actually did that against Blacklist.
Yeah.
The last hook of game number 1 or 2.
Yeah, that's what makes the hook look like it curves.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, Cadenza flickering on through to survive. Delarski could have smelled blood. Could have sworn he was going to get him. Faces off against Oreshi in that Elbush. There's the bite. Baloyski stopped and hook. Wow! The body block by Koopa.
Oh, fishing for dogs. Tough.
That's a great option to have, though. I mean, you can have an extra body there. It does work against you in terms of a Lancelot against you, but at the same time, it could work in your advantage to block hooks.
It's a wash. Like, it's 50-50. Like, yes, the Lancelot does dash in better, but at least Baloyski can't get me. Ooh, Falling Star Moon by Ureshi onto Delarski. And I'm wondering, no, so if the status isn't up, oh, now she stole it. Falling Star Moon onto Delarski. In comes Demi the King. Jumping down onto Delarski.
Oh.
He goes down. Redmar, thanks for the roar. Kill for Nxpe Evos.
It wasn't me,
Was
but
that
okay.
Redmar?
It was Leo.
All right, we all know that Leo's the king of sound effects.
Yeah,
during
man.
a cast. We can't imitate it.
I can do
We've
sound
tried.
effects, not as good as you. By the way, interesting first item for Hessa. He didn't rush the BOD. He went for the Scarlet Phantom rush, actually.
No, barefoot Popol and it's Scarlet Phantom first. Interesting, yeah, that's definitely something to note.
And it's really difficult to build boots for Popol and Koopa because they need to build 6.
Oh, I'm offended right into a Abyssal Arrow, but the answer back by Hatred. In comes Demi the King. He wants to bite down on the big chubby boy. Baloyski's still dancing around. He's thinking if he should engage. That was an interesting fight, a nothing fight.
It threw you off right into a Baloyski.
Yeah.
And it was weird because I
It
can't
wasn't
recall.
Baloyski.
Yeah, but he flickered earlier before the fight even started.
Yes.
And so he didn't have it, but
Oh,
he still
Marky
survived.
purifies the Abyssal Arrow, but there's way too much damage underneath this turret. Nxpe Evos gets another one. Baloyski misses the arrow. Oh, the hook. Also the arrow. He didn't get hit.
Yeah, it's like 2 skill shots, but
Only a
Onic
free turtle.
Yeah, they'll get the free turtle here unless Yelly Hayes will be able to pull off something miraculous.
Oh,
Yeah,
almost.
that was so close. Like, wait a minute.
PTSD of that Moskov and that Moskov spear.
Yeah, don't remind me. That Moskov stealing our Lord in our ranked games before the series started. Like, we should have won that. But
Oh, Delarski catches a face full of MP and Ureshi. He gets another kill, converting right into a few hits onto that gold shield. Up top, it's another story though. Hessa gets caught in. This is that weakness we were talking about. I'm offended. Underneath the turret, bloody hunt right underneath. As quickly as they got those kills, all falls down. Baloyski goes as well.
Great trade there. I mean, overall, what was it? It was a 2 for 2, I believe. But again, Nxpe Evos has it having the kill lead here, but gold lead very minor for Onic Philippines.
yeah, Onic PH are handling this well. Right now, the first tower has fallen, and it is on the side of Onic. Nxpe opening up that bottom lane means they'll be able to rotate around the map. As5 a little bit more. And so far, Marky on the Kim, he's handling this game well, and the rest of Onic are handling this game well. But one hook, again, that's what you get as a Franco. You can miss all the hooks, but if you get one hook that wins the game, everyone will forget about all the hooks you've missed.
It's like, what's that saying? You could take it, something about shots. You can miss 100 shots, or I don't know. I don't know the basketball
You
saying.
miss
Every shot you don't take.
Yeah, you miss every shot you don't take.
There you go. You miss every hook you don't take.
Yeah.
That's logic. That's logic. So,
Yeah.
if we're talking about turrets, Nxpe Evos has a 1 turret lead, but it looks like Onyx trying to fix that. Up top, Marky wailing down on to this tier 1 top lane. There's just no movement from mid here. Neither team letting go of that main artery.
I mean, if you're Nxpe Evos here, you have this, like, really it's pretty even across the board in terms of turrets objectives. They could look for something here, though.
Here comes MP. Is it too late? The answer is yes. Kyrie secures it. The bite down onto Baloyski. And the I'm offended, but all served up to the blade of Kyrie. Double kill for this Lancelot. And I'll take a small camp on the way out. Why not?
Finesse. But that's the thing. Nxpe Evos, they have to be careful of this kind of play coming out from Onic Philippines because, again, they're relying on Cadenza to find those sets or Yelly Hayes to land the arrows. And on the other hand, Onic Philippines, right, relying on the Franco to try to get a setup here. But did you see the burst? Once again, coming out from this Kagura pick for Hatred. That is why Kagura is picked so often, because the umbrella comes out of nowhere, and the damage is huge.
Great positioning by Hatred. The patient sees that.
Boom!
Oh, Mary Poppins could never.
Well, Hatred did fall during that replay, but for Mlbb the King, worth it. And Kyrie, man, Kyrie. I think Kyrie has to make the most of when people don't have the Antikiras just yet. And that's right now. You can start making Kyrie kebabs. Delarski holding Hessa at bay. Man.
I mean, the other great combination here between Marky and Hatred is Marky having I believe he has the Genius Wand already.
Yep.
So when he's reducing their magic damage even with the ultimate Akimi, and then Hatred follows up with a Yin Yang overturn, that's just exactly why we saw them do so much damage there.
Very true. And that's why I said earlier, again, for Onic PH to maximize their Akimi, they need to hit their ultimates. And the wins that we're seeing them get, they're hitting those ultimates. But if Nxpe, if Onic missed their ultimates, Onic have to back out and just reposition.
Hook onto Yelly Haze. Cadenza spots Baloyski. False engage.
Oh, perfect.
Thorned Rose by Kyrie, putting half of Nxpe at half health. And it's a false engage. They're going to make a move for Lord.
I mean, if you think about it, they got a lot of things out from Nxpe Evos. They're also going to force them to go back and reset a little bit. The Lord is for the taking, but I think they're just going to look for either a bait. I don't think they're actually going to go for this.
No, they can.
They can.
They will wait for it. But
They
Baloyski, yeah, there. He has to reposition closer to that area.
Oh, there's no answer here. There's no answer from Nxpe Evos. Onic secures it. Kyrie gets one. They pop Cadenza. Hatred gets his man. Baloyski looking low. But Kyrie gonna skewer on through that little boy. Hessa bites it. 2 down for free, plus the Lord. Onic is swimming in gold, 5K ahead.
Conceal for flashiness here. This is tough. Again, for Nxpe Evos, you're now at a 5K gold disadvantage, itemization-wise and everything, and we're seeing this devastating combination between Marky and Hatred. I mean, Kyrie as well. He's 4-0-2, sitting pretty.
He keeps landing a lot of big thorned roses that just whittle down the members of Onic, and Marky and Hatred are there to finish it up, clean things up. And again, Nxpe got their comfort picks. The lineup for Nxpe, they shine because they've succeeded with these heroes, this lineup, many times in this season. But Onic, what we're seeing, just like how in Game 2, I prefer the lineup of Onic over Nxpe, here in Game 3, if in Game 2, Nxpe just played a better game, now in Game 3, Onic so far, they're playing the better game.
Red team turret has been destroyed.
Man, they grab another turret. This is so hard for Nxpe Evos because you don't have any space. They're going to look for something with a conceal, though, but being pushed off once again. Like I said, Nxpe Evos, no space around the map. They literally have to wait for a pickoff to get the number advantage to actually try to find a turret to take down.
Yeah. Well, opposite sides of the map, these two teams. Now Onic are sitting pretty around that Lord area, but eventually they're going to have to give up that position, go around elsewhere. And now it'll just be waiting for the Lord, or maybe for one big pickoff, either an Abyssal Arrow or the Iron Hook. Wow.
MP the King, if he would have been a little bit further.
Yeah, if he was there already.
So we're a minute away from Lord number 2. Almost 12 minutes in. So at least it's going to be Luminous, that's for sure. Giving the Lord a little bit more kit. That's going to confirm at least one inhibitor ahead. Onic Philippines. Oh, wow. That was short. That maximum charge was short of maybe hitting 3 there. But half of Nxpe was at half health. 30 seconds away. They've done well to do their homework. This is housekeeping by Onic, just clearing some waves, making sure that they can make the go for Lord.
It's crazy, too, because like Renmar mentioned, this is Nxpe Evos on their comfort picks, right? And we're seeing them struggle here. Also, standout here is Hessa. He's he's struggling a lot on this PNK pick, which he currently, if I remember right, is 4-0.
Yep.
And, you know, Onic, as you mentioned, Leo, they have done their homework. They allowed Nxpe Evos to get their comfort, but they've shut them down so far. And now with this Lord being up, Nxpe Evos has a huge task ahead of them.
Yeah, you don't give that many comfort picks without preparing for it, and Onic looked prepared, but let's see.
Oh, Iron Hook misses, but Cadenza is in prime position. Dularski, Falling Star Moon into all members of Nxpe Evos, but they're still here. They're standing guard, standing strong. Abyssal Arrow hits Lord. Dularski with the pull-in, biting down onto one. Cadenza, biting down. Kyrie and Hatred and Dularski go down. Where'd that damage come from? Nxpe Evos are here, and they are here with a vengeance. It's Marky left. They have a Lord coming through. Gonna march down mid lane. But Nxpe Evos, they're all here, and they mean business.
Oh, man. This is going to be tough here. Yes, they have the Lord. Marky trying to do his best.
No Scorch. No Scorch.
Yeah, he doesn't. Does he not have the
glowing wand?
Wow, Nxpe. We were just saying it. Onic were playing it really well so far. Now Nxpe with just one play is like, okay, it's our turn.
Okay, that's exactly what they needed to grab a couple turrets. Now they've got a little space here. We're going to check out the replay. This was a lot of back and forth.
So where did the damage come from mainly?
Ureshi there. They were just crowd controlled. And it was just Nxpe free to hit. The pounce as well from the Roger. Ureshi also there. Hatred and Kyrie went down early. If Hatred still survived in that fight, they probably had a fighting chance. But he went down quick.
So it's 2 cores, so there was just not enough damage on the swing back for Onic.
Yeah, and it was too risky at that point for Marky to stay close. That's why he needed to keep his distance. What a fight that Nxpe just executed. What a counter that they pulled off. And now, dare I say, this is an even game with Nxpe having more breathing room or a little bit more breathing room now, but it is an even game.
I thought he was going to grab that one with the conceal.
Yeah, when you hear those chains, when you hear those chains, you know something is up. Man, kudos to Nxpe Evos though for that huge play and the recovery. They have shrank the gold advantage by Onic from about 6K, 7K to now just 2. And here's a concealed play coming in. Cadenza looking for a target. Might want to go for round 2 now that they have momentum on their side. A minute till the next Lord.
I think they stand a great chance against the next Lord here. Nxpe Evos knows that as well. And that's the thing. I mean, if you're looking at your Reshi here, 3-0-4 on the Valentina, also has the Impure Rage and the Glowing Wand, so he's actually pumping out a lot of damage. So when you have that paired with the Terrify effect too, that's again something that Onic Philippines has to be aware of, especially when they're going to be fighting here around this next Lord in just a little bit.
And what we might see now is a slight repositioning adjustment for Hatred. Yeah, he's going to want to he's going to want to stick close to Beloyski because they can burst down members together, but come a situation where just like that Lord fight, Hatred might play a little bit more back and be a bit more patient with his timing of the Umbrella teleport, the one that brings him to where his Umbrella is, because he might get caught off guard. Ureshi is actually just looking for Hatred. He's hunting for Hatred in these fights.
Well, let's see if they can do the same approach.
There.
Cadenza finds the flank. Lord is in a neutral position, so it wasn't pulled back into Onyx priority. Slowly it is. The pull-in by Beloyski. Cadenza's going to go here. So that's a one-man advantage Onyx has over Nxpe Evos. Lord here on a third of its health. Mark in great form. They are going to change their targets. It's Hessa now. Maximum charge misses it. But look at where Ureshi and MP the King are. Hatred looking low. He goes for the swing around. Ureshi bites it. Lord goes over to Nxpe Evos though. But they do lose 3 on the swing back. It's just Hessa left.
Just Hessa.
That's going to be a trade that Nxpe Evos might regret making. Onic are going to go straight. Push into mid. Welcome Lord into their loving hands. And break down mid-tier inhibitor.
That is going to be a tough one. Cadenza is up.
Might even go for the end. Hessa goes. He's clapped, as the kids say. And Cadenza here, not going to stand a chance. Onic takes game number 3, winning the series 2-1.
Wow.
Talk about a turn. I mean, the game literally could have gone either way there for that game number 3.
Back and forth, back and forth.
Literally back and forth, back and forth. We're talking about 2 team compositions that also relied on pickoffs, whether it was an arrow, whether it was in a hook, or just some type of combination, and Onic Philippines playing it very well there at the end.
Interesting banter is being exchanged by the players here. What are they? Oh! Maloyski with the hook. And wow, what a turnaround there. Everything that went wrong for Onic in the second to the last Lord fight, they fixed in that final Lord fight. We were just talking about it, hatred with repositioning, wanting to make sure that he is at a good point because you saw there the wraparound by Onic, by Nxpe. They went to the back line because they were looking for hatred. They know the positioning was closer to the side of Onic. Nxpe went for the wraparound, but then Onic pushed forward, readjusted a bit, and hatred was just like, nope, 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 can't touch this, can't touch this. Umbrella, no, don't get, you're not getting anywhere close to me. And then Nxpe couldn't get hatred, couldn't get the key members, and was a wipeout. Well, close to a wipeout, eventually became a wipeout, and Onic takes a win.
It was that moment wherein if Nxpe Evos, game 1 to game 2, they learned so fast, here you saw hatred learn so fast and pick up on what happened in the previous Lord fight mere minutes earlier, and he's like, let's not do that again. Y'all need me for this. Let's do it right this time. And wow, what a massive trade. You know what? It seemed to be a replay of what happened in that first Lord take, right?
Yeah.
It's because the opposing team got the Lord, but got a huge swing back on heroes.
Yeah.
Happened this time around, but it happened for keeps. It happened for the finish.
You know what started it all? Was that one hook from Maloyski. And this is what happens with Franco so many times that he's picked, and again, why he's picked so often, because you could, again, miss so many hooks throughout the game, but when it's the crucial moment and you find that one connection and it's an automatic numbers disadvantage for the team, that is just why we're seeing so many Franco picks coming out.
Yeah, sometimes that special connection will just turn things around for you.
Despite all the failed attempts, right?
Yeah, despite all failed attempts.